depends on the games you play. Um, the skill or whatever, that's just a bonus and can set you ahead of other people. But that's, yeah. Okay. Research Outpost Glacier 1 in the Fendrana Drift region. Talon 4's mountains is operating 85% capacity. Sub-zero temperatures have made the metroid sluggish and easy to control. Even those well into phase-on and fusion cycles, cold containment stasis tanks are sufficient for the juveniles, but some of the larger metroids have been moved to quarantine caves for safety purposes. Security doors remain an issue as malfunctions due to ice occur every day. Large predators in the waste are also a concern as they continue to kill personnel and breach security areas. Unfortunately, it has become clear that our containment teams cannot neutralize all of them without a vast increase in munitions to soldiers. Daily containment is now required for all personnel working on Lab Aether. These samples from stasis tanks must be hand carried to Lab Hydra for analysis. Notify security of all material moves. Let's see, can you do a fucking run within 3 to 4 hours? Real time? Optimal overstimulation has led to unexpected deterioration of internal organs. What the scans? Okay. A lot of baby damage, isn't there? Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon 4. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike. A landmass at heading mark 400802 returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to form an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon 4 appears to be a viable secondary headquarters. Holographic spatial schematic is in lockdown per security directive. And that's Pirates up here, isn't he? Holographic coordinate data has been updated successfully. Oh yes, he is definitely up here. Phase-on mining is underway, several garrisons have been established, and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational, and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. The Fendrana Drift have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base in Starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times. Yeah, whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say. If I'm already here, well, screw that. That coordinated has been successfully. fuck if it. You can probably stand on something to get over there. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. I'm sure there was something you can stand on and get over there, but it's. I don't give a shit. I'll just do it normal. You know, there's a lot of shit in some of these rooms you can actually stand on that you didn't expect you could stand on, and you can actually use it to students break a few items that you or get through places faster than you wouldn't expect to get through nearly as fast. Talon 4. Exosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of extraterrestrial object. What means that the biosphere is slowly fading due to experiencing the phase on radiation. They discovered this planet recently. At current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a Barry class 13th wasteland in approximately 25 years. Yeah, they discovered this solar system recently. NASA, it was all in the news, man. You just totally, man. Yeah. Planet Twin Tabula, mass 4.1 trillion teratons. Profile planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by a viral strain of the twin tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight phase, the victim is near death. Planet's crust is primarily earthen ore, making it ideal for subterranean structure. A-class. The planet's emphasis isn't hospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space power forces. Thormine 2 mass 2.3 billion teratons. Unimaginable wastelands savaged by nuclear dust storms and constant seismic upheavals. Let's see, 4 planets. We did it, guys. I tell you what. Super missiles. This powerful attack uses 5 missiles. Using the power button, press and hold A to charge, and press this to fire. Hey, look, guys, the big crow. That would only make sense if time travel weren't a thing. not gonna sequence break it, but yeah, these flying pirates takes about as many hits as the normal pirates normally do, but if it weren't like a boom, but there is more, I think. Yeah. Hey, jackass! Whoa, what the fuck? Oh. Okay, so typically you like shoot a missile at that fucking thing right over there, and you can get an item, a very important one earlier than usual, but oh, I won't get it. Somebody needs to work on their aim. Interior organs of metroid seem to be limited to nucleonic absorption cells and massive energy reservoirs. The hooked mandibles of the metroid penetrate the skin of its prey and siphon pure life force energy. Metroid containment fields appear 100% effective after adjustments. Temperature below 10 degrees centigrade will render Metroid docile. The reconstruction of Geoform 187, codenamed Ridley, was recently completed. After his defeat on Zebes, Command ordered a number of mutagenic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in the cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicated a drastic increase in strength, mobility, and offensive capabilities. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added as well. We believe our creation, now called Metal will become the mainstay of our security forces, a job he will certainly relish. What's a good thing we added a lock-on feature in this game? The fuck am I talking about that? I have no idea. No. He says, take 8118 contained beyond acceptable safety standards. Movable squad requested. Why would I even bother with that? I know what a fucking metroid is. What is this? No. Research Lab Aether. Confidence is high regarding phase-on applications. We know enough about phase-on now to begin combining with space-powered DNA. The codename for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that phase-on infusion can produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutations level are high in current test subjects. Phase on madness is a concern, but refinements in the fusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degeneration. All guards must use ice containment gear when transporting metroids. This includes sedated specimens and those pronounced dead. As energy-based creatures, metroids show immediate mass increase upon energy absorption. Directive: in the event of a metroid attack, repel creature with missiles set to maximum concussion. I don't know why that was just. Hi, bro. One shot. This tank holds the remains of experiment 7526. Conversion of elite pirate unsuccessful. Yeah, it doesn't look very. Motion near Hunter Metroid. DG appears to trigger psychotic episodes. Personnel are to stay at least 3 meters away from stasis tank. Hunter Metroid's DS is showing signs of increased instability and heightened immunity to cold damping fields. Hi, bro. What the fuck are you doing over there? And there's an elevator in here, but I can just get back up there. Right? There are probably other things you can jump on, but whatever. Oh, yeah, here we go. I'll just do it again, I guess. Probably don't need all these missiles, but. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh. Alright. Project Titan is suspended indefinitely. Security breaches resulting in massive casualties have occurred. Access is strictly prohibited until further notice. Studies of Metroid biology continue. Though with limited progress, it seems likely that we will be much more successful using the metroids for our means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined metroids could wipe out entire armies, as we find a way to shield them from cold gaming weapons. They will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harness the energy they consumed, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal. East Quarantine Cave has been secured. Specimen remains in the quarantined area. All experiments have been suspended pending pacification of area. Quarantine specimen exhibits highly aggressive behavior. Its body structure, composed of phazon ore, appears nearly invulnerable. This has rendered our efforts to train in discipline suspected subject useless. A disciplined subject useless. Metroid dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Our research seems to have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core in the creature's quadruped nucleus. The manner in which a Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, and yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our sentence. Yeah, whatever you say. Energy tank. This item permanently increases your maximum energy capacity by 100. Metroids use with phazon to train vertigo or to riding. We feel they could be class 1 energy harvesters if proper submission measures are employed. So, more about the character playing as. She is a bounty hunter that works for the Galactic Federation. She used to be a part of the Chozo forces, but the Chozo are mostly gone or disappeared. She joined them like at some point around the time they disappeared. But she has human origins, of course. As I was talking about her dad and mom. But ice beetle burrowing insect with an ice reinforced carapace adverse to heat. This member of the beetle family has adapted life in sub-zero temperatures in the Fendrana Rifts, growing a thick ice shell over its entire body. The ice is extremely resilient, providing the ice beetle with extra protection and augmented digging abilities. There are these Chozo warriors that would use armor like Samus's. Hers is more designed for her use as a human, but she was raised and trained by several of these, I don't know, we'll just call them the testing of thermal energy software complete. Commence download to tackle fires or prototype for field testing. We'll just call them the Chizodian Rogues. Yeah, let's just call them that for some reason. God killed me. So these Chozodian Rogues are supposedly, they use much more advanced tech and than the Federation did. The Federation tried to mimic them in some way, and they took off of them trying to learn their ways. But the space pirates kind of got involved, and then supposedly in this game, a meteor hit some of their planets. And caused a phazon outbreak. They also had something going on with the metroids because they were trying to fight off a specific parasite infestation that they thought could have fucked with these parasites are not the same ones in this game. There's something completely different. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, specifically they call them the X-parasites. Yeah, okay. And then the Metroids, they created them, supposedly. They're a bioweapon. They created them. Even them, they were kind of like, zzz. Yeah. Some of them were like that, but then others were like, we gotta deal with these fuckers somehow. And, some of them were like, we should, some of these Chozos probably went rogue or went crazy. Ravenbeak was probably the main one out of all of them that went crazy and started going against each other or whatever because of a number of things happened for them to, and most of them probably disappeared. Meh. And how the space pirates are even involved or whatever. Apparently, maybe, I guess, the Ravenbeak had, I don't know, there were clones made of them. And supposedly it was Ridley. Yeah. There are some holes, but you know. And Samus was basically a okay. So it's weird how the Chozo decided to combat their own fucking and the space pirates and what they were doing. Like a bunch of people started turning on each other, started going to war with each other. I don't know. And then, and if you bring this universe into this or whatever, there is this, you're not going to see it in this game, but Ridley is in this game. There's a couple of other big entities that we don't see, like Mother Brain, Kraid. Mother Brain has an ability to control the Metroids. There are some Chozo who had an ability to control Metroids, but not very many. They created they originally created the Mother Brain to try to control the Metroids. So, but as it turned out, Samus was their final thing to be able to deal with the Metroids. The Metroids completely dealt with the X-parasite threat on there, but some of them still survived. And look what happened to them. And then Samus is just thrown in all of this. I mean, like in that way, and the way the space pirates were. The space pirates themselves, some of them appear to be very reptilian or bird-like themselves. I don't know. Samus calls them the Zebesium for some reason. So does Ridley. So they appear, some of them, I wonder if they're like mutated versions of the Chozo. I don't know, some of them, not all of them, but and some of the things Chozo. I mean, some of the things some of the DNA that Samus has is Chozo DNA. Without her suit, she's actually a bit superhuman. She can run faster than most humans. She's basically a Captain America without her suit. You know, she's physically enhanced and shit. with her suit, she's the equipment she uses is way more advanced than something like Iron Man would use. But way more advanced. And given things that we've seen in Dread, she could steal other people's abilities like Kirby. So she is, yeah. Meh. But yeah,